Hey everyone, how's it going? Sasha here from the Grateful Gypsies with a video I've been meaning to make for several years now. I'm excited to finally get around to this. We do have a blog post about this topic. It is Travel Hacking 101. That's what I'll be talking about in this video. So if you're not familiar with travel hacking, what that basically means is taking advantage of generous sign-up bonuses from various credit cards in order to earn points to use for booking flights or to earn free nights in hotels. There's all sorts of things you can cash in your points for when you are travel hacking. Now, this is something we've been doing for several years now, and we've actually had quite a bit of success travel hacking. I'll just go through some of our highlights over the years to show you what you can do with these, like I said, very generous credit card sign-up bonuses. I have taken a flight from Beijing to Detroit, a direct flight, which usually costs a lot of money, with points. We have also traveled all over South America thanks to credit card points, including to the Galapagos Islands, which I'm sure is on your bucket list. It was definitely on ours. We were able to cash in some Chase points to fly from mainland Ecuador to the Galapagos Islands and back. We also used some United points to help us get around the entire continent of South America, including a flight that took us from Medellin to Quito and then onward from Guayaquil to Lima. We also were able to go to Brazil for Carnival from Santiago, Chile, thanks to our United points. There's also the Southwest Airlines credit card that we've had quite a bit of luck with the last couple of years, including earning the companion pass twice, which, if you're not familiar with that, that's when you get to designate someone as your companion who is able to get added to your reservation for only taxes and fees. For a domestic flight in the US, that is $5.60. It's a little bit more for international destinations, depending on where you're going, but we probably saved, I don't even know, $4,000 or $5,000 in those 2 years that we had the companion pass. We were able to go on Phish's fall tour on the West Coast. We've been back and forth to Mexico. We've been all over the U.S., and we rarely pay for flights thanks to these credit cards. So that's just a little bit of what we've been able to do over the last several years thanks to travel hacking. So I would like to help you guys get started if this is something you're interested in. But first, I would like to give a disclaimer, and this is something I always have to bring up. We are not encouraging you to just go willy-nilly applying for a bunch of credit cards and spending a bunch of money on it. That is not the way to succeed at travel hacking or life. Don't do that. The way to successfully travel hack is finding a card that will work for you because of the particular airline or the hotel chain, and then finding one that has a generous sign-up bonus that you can meet just by doing your normal day-to-day spending. So we don't encourage you to go, on a shopping spree to get these sign-up bonuses. That's not smart. That's definitely not what you want to do. Basically, what we do when we get a new card for travel hacking purposes is we'll do it when we know we have a big expense coming up. For example, 2 years ago, when we saved some money during the pandemic by not traveling, and I decided to get a new MacBook Pro and a new DJI drone. So I went in to the store with my brand new shiny credit card, made a couple purchases, and boom, I had a ton of points just like that because that was an expense I was ready for. It was necessary. It's for our business. I had the money to pay that bill off immediately. So, we both have very high credit scores. I'm not sure exactly what it is right now, but we both have great credit. We always pay our credit cards off in full every single month. We have not paid any interest or late fees in, I can't even tell you how long it's probably been since I was in college. But I have probably had 10 or 12 different credit cards over the course of that time. And there's another thing I should mention. Some people think it's terrible to apply for a new credit card and then cancel an old one. And that's really not true, okay? It's totally fine to cancel a card after a year or two if you're not really feeling it. It is good to keep very old credit card accounts active, even if they don't really benefit you that much. If you do have an old credit card that you've had for 20 years, use it once a year, whatever. Put some charges on it, pay it off in full, put it in your drawer, save it for next year, that's fine. We do that. We kept some cards that are pretty old that don't really do much for us, that we rarely use. We just keep those so that we still have a long credit history. But we do this thing called churning in the travel hacking world. We are always looking for new cards, especially ones that have a particularly high bonus. So if you guys have any recommendations for us, please hit us with them. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite cards, but if you don't hear your favorite card, drop us a line, leave a comment below. We're always on the lookout for new cards, especially when they are offering better than usual sign-up bonuses. Oh yeah, and one thing I should mention is that if you're interested in any of these cards that I'm talking about here in the video, I will have some links for you to check them out. Some of them are affiliate links for the cards that we have. If you decide to sign up with that card, we'll get a nice little cheeky referral bonus. You'll still get the same awesome offer with the regular sign-up bonus that they are running. So we really appreciate that. That helps keep us on the road. And hey, that's another reason why you should get some of these cards in your wallet, because once you have the card, you then have your own referral link, which you can share with your family, friends, colleagues, whoever. And if they apply through your link, you will get some points that way as well. So much appreciated, y'all. Check the links there for the cards that we recommend. And yeah, let's get down to the nitty gritty here. So now I'm going to talk about some of our favorite credit cards for travel hacking. And they're not just our favorites. If you do a quick Google search, you'll find tons of blog posts talking about travel hacking. And a lot of these cards I'm going to mention will be in those posts because they're just great cards. So I'm going to start with our number one absolute favorite card, which is the Chase Sapphire card. Now, we've had this one for several years now, and we continue to pay the annual fee because we find it to be more than worth it. So at the moment, for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you can get 60,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. Now that card comes with a $95 a year annual fee. Like I said, we have kept this card now for 5 years. That card is the one that helped us get to the Galapagos Islands. That card helped us get back to the US after our South America trip. That card got me a new iPhone SE second generation 2 years ago when we weren't really traveling because of the pandemic. Rachel just got some Apple AirPods Pro with her Chase points. So Chase points are a great thing to have. It's not only for travel. You can cash them in for all sorts of things. They have a great system where you can use your points to book flights, to book hotels, rental cars, and even to go shopping. So I love their system. We get above and beyond our money's worth every year. That $95 fee is nothing because at least once a year we cash it in for a free flight or two. We've done several nights in hotels, most recently for Sacred Rose Festival, last fall for Phish Tour. These are hotels that usually cost $200 or so a night, and we hate spending that much money on a chain hotel. But sometimes when you're traveling for shows and festivals and stuff, you need to. So we've been able to cash our Chase points in for all kinds of awesome things. Like I said, definitely our favorite card there, the Preferred. They do have a higher tier card, which is called the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So the sign-up bonus is exactly the same. You will get 60,000 points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of your account. The difference with this card is that it's got a much higher annual fee. That card costs $550 a year. It does give you a $300 travel credit. So basically every year you have $300 that you can use towards travel. If you use all of that, which we did the year that we had it, easily. It's not hard to use $300 on travel. If you think about that, then really the card is costing you $250 a year, okay? They also give you a membership to the Priority Pass. Priority Pass gets you airport lounge access in a bunch of different airports. When we were living in Puerto Vallarta and traveling in and out of there a lot, that was so worth it for us because they do have a lounge there. We were able to hit the lounge before leaving, but also upon returning because they have an arrivals lounge there. So that was great. We totally got our money's worth in the 1 year that we had the card. But since COVID, we haven't been traveling nearly as much, and they did remove some airports from the list of Priority Pass lounges. So we went back down to the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, and we're probably going to stick with that for now, to be honest, although I do miss the lounge access. But there are other cards that can get you that, so, it's not the only option. So there you go. Those are the Chase Sapphire cards. Like I said, Chase Sapphire is our favorite. We've kept that for 5 years. If you're new to the game, I highly recommend you just go ahead and start with that card, okay? Moving on. Like I mentioned earlier, we've had a lot of success with specific airline cards. Our favorite airline here in the U.S. is Southwest. They still give you 2 free check bags per person, which no other airline does that. They're super flexible with changes and cancellations. And we've been flying Southwest a lot the last few years and have just generally had good experiences. And so we've gone back and forth with their different credit cards. We've each had their personal cards. Rachel has had their business card. And we've had a ton of success with their cards. So at the moment, for their personal cards with Southwest Airlines, you can get 50,000 points after spending just $1,000 in your first 3 months. So this is a very low minimum spend, you guys. 50,000 points for just spending $1,000. If you are booking their wanna getaway fares, you can get several trips out of 50,000 points. So this is a great time to sign up for that card. They do have 3 different tiers. Their Plus card is $69 a year, and you get 3,000 anniversary points with that one. The next level is Premier. It's $99 a year, but you get double the points. You get 6,000 points. I currently have their priority card, which is $149. That's their highest tier card. Oh, it sounds so expensive, right? Well, it's not, because they give you a $75 travel credit with Southwest every year. So as long as you use that, really the card only costs you $74. They also give you 7,500 points, which you can absolutely find a one-way domestic flight for that or even less by booking a wanna getaway fare. But perhaps best of all, they give you 4 upgraded boardings per year. This recently saved us on a late night trip from Nashville to Denver. The flight got delayed. We were really concerned about missing the last train from the Denver airport into the city. Thanks to my upgraded bookings with my credit card, I was able to get us in the first boarding group there so we could sit in the 3rd row, which normally would have cost us $50 each. Okay, I've done that on 2 flights this year, so do the math, you guys. We've saved $200 on the upgraded boardings. I still got my $75 credit, which I used, and I got 7,500 bonus points, which helped me get a free flight. So if you're going to travel often, I really recommend going with their priority card. I think it's absolutely worth it. If you have a business, they do have business cards where you can get 80,000 points after spending $5,000 in the first 3 months. So for business owners, you might want to consider that. And there you go, guys. That's the Southwest credit cards that are on offer right now. I'm going to keep moving down the line with airlines that we use very regularly. United Airlines is next. They do fly here into Asheville, and they fly in and out of my hometown of Detroit. So United is a good card for us to keep. Right now, they have several different options, okay? So you'll want to check them out and see what's best for you. Their Gateway card gets you 20,000 points for spending $1,000 in the first 3 months. There's no fee for that one. So if you want a card without an annual fee, if you're just getting started, if you just want to get your feet wet, this is a good way to start, because you will definitely get a free flight out of that, and you'll have to spend $1,000 in 3 months. I have their Explorer card at the moment. Their current sign-up bonus is 50,000 points for spending $3,000 in the first 3 months. It's free for the first year. Then there is a $95 fee if you decide to keep it. They give you 1 free check bag with that card, and you get 2 United Club passes. We recently went to Europe. We went from Asheville to Newark to Lisbon, and we had a 6-hour layover. So, those 2 United Club passes really came in handy. We were able to find a comfortable place to sit in the lounge. We had free food and drinks. We had fast Wi-Fi, and we didn't have a bunch of people around us. It's a much better experience if you can get into those airport lounges. So I currently have that card. If you want to go above and beyond that, their Quest card gives you 70,000 points. You just need to spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. That one is $250 a year. Okay, there's no free year for that one. It starts right out at $250. You get 2 free bags. You get 2 5,000 point bonuses with that card. So 10,000 points over the year. And their highest level is infinite. It's 80,000 points. You need to spend $5,000 in 3 months, and that one costs $525 a year, which is a steep fee, but they give you a United Club membership, so you can access all the United lounges. If you are a very frequent traveler and you're going in and out of airports to have a United lounge and you have layovers and stuff like that, it might honestly be worth it. Think about how much money you spend on getting a soggy sandwich and a beer or a coffee at an airport. In the lounge you can eat and drink for free. You always have space to sit. There's usually good Wi-Fi. Sometimes there's a place to sleep. It really elevates your traveling experience. So that's the United card. Now, keep in mind with these airline cards, if you don't have one of these cards and you are booking a flight, you'll often see them put up a little ad for the credit card as you're booking the flight. Because if you get approved for one of these cards while booking a flight, they typically give you a different deal where you'll get a statement credit on your first bill. So whatever flight you're booking. Recently, we took a flight from Johnson City to Detroit, and it was going to be $500 for the 2 of us. I signed up for that card. I got a $200 credit making the flight $300, and I think they still gave me 35,000 points for meeting the minimum spend. So there are always different ways to go about getting these cards. You can just apply for them, on your own, or you can do it while you are booking a flight with that airline. Next up is the Citi American Airlines Advantage card. We've used this one a couple times. We've each I think I have the personal card now, and Rachel had the business card before. So we have experience with both. At the moment, their personal card, which is the Platinum Select, that gives you 50,000 miles after spending $2,500 in the first 3 months. It's also free for the first year, and then it is $99 a year after. They do give you free bags on domestic flights, but not international flights. That's an important distinction I should make. For example, on the United card, we got free bags checked over to Europe. With the American card, we did not get free checked bags to Mexico. Those are only domestic with American Airlines. So you got to read the fine print, you guys. Really, it's important to understand what you're getting and what you're not getting so there are no surprises. American Airlines does have an executive card with Citi that gives you also 50,000 points, but you need to spend $5,000 for that one. What they do give you that really elevates it is the Admirals Club membership. That's the American Airlines Lounge. That one costs $450 a year, no free year. If you're a business owner, they have a Business Platinum Select card. Right now, they got a great offer. You get 65,000 miles after spending $4,000 in the first 4 months. That one is free for the first year and then $99 after. So, one strategy you can employ with these airline cards is you can start with the lowest level one, like I said, to get your feet wet. They usually have a lower minimum spend, and yeah, you get less perks, but hey, it's exciting when you hit your first bonus and you know you had some travel hacking success. That's really motivating. It's good to start smaller. You guys don't go signing up for that crazy executive card with a super high minimum spend unless you really need to spend that money or you're really going to use those perks. So start out with one of the lower ones, and you know, if after a year you decide you want to keep it and maybe you're traveling some more, you're having more luck with travel hacking, you got all these points, maybe you can go ahead and elevate and get one of the higher level cards. That's what I did with the Southwest card. I went up to their higher level one, and you can also always downgrade or cancel the cards. You know, like I said earlier, we had the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, and then when they upped the fee and we weren't traveling as much and some of the lounges got taken away, then we decided to go back down to the preferred card. It's no sweat. It's super easy. If you do feel like canceling a card, you know, just keep in mind that a lot of them are free for the first year, and then you'll get an annual fee for the second year. So keep a spreadsheet with the date you signed up so you know when you have to cancel it by if you don't want to be charged with that fee. If you forget, which I'll be honest, we've done it a couple times, they're usually pretty cool. You call them up and they'll reimburse you that fee and cancel the card. Sometimes they'll beg you to stay on and offer you another free year. That has happened to us once or twice. There's also, you know, there's cards for just about every airline here in the U.S. There's a Delta Airlines card. We had some bad experiences with them. We haven't really been trying to use them. That's a whole different story. But, you know, it's been several years. We might look into getting one of their cards again because it's been a while since we've had one. Even the budget airlines like Frontier and Spirit have their own credit cards. Now, they're not great. Just generally speaking, those airlines and their cards aren't great either. But that's a case where if you're booking a flight with one of them and they offer you a $200 statement credit, you know, why not? I did that to get us to Phish Halloween in Las Vegas one year. They fly from Detroit. It is a pretty cheap fare, and I basically got free flights by getting that card, and I just canceled it after a year. So, you know, think about your home airport, where you travel too often or where you'd like to travel, and, you know, start looking at which airlines might be better for you before you make that choice. That's not it, though. It's not all airlines. We typically stick to the general Chase cards, or we go with Airlines because we like to stay in Airbnbs a lot since we're digital nomads. We don't really stay in hotels all that often, and we can use our Chase points for hotel stays. So that's why we haven't really gone for these, you know, Marriott or Hilton or any of IHG, any of these hotel branded credit cards. They are out there. They do give you lots of great perks too. They do have you know, these similar offers where if you spend this much in this amount of time, you'll get this many points, which you can redeem for free stays or upgrades. I know with a lot of those cards, they give you perks like early check-in, you know, things like that, which if you are staying in hotels a lot, if you love hotels, go for it. You know, why not? As we're getting a bit older and, you know, we do like to do a little bit more leisure travel, not just being on the road all the time as nomads, we're realizing that it is good to, you know, stack some points for hotels, and we might very well be looking into one of those cards for our next move. So hey, if you got a good hotel card and you want to recommend it, give us your referral link. I'm happy to help you out by clicking on that. I will definitely take a look into that. I mentioned several cards for business owners through the airlines. Chase also has pretty good business cards. We currently have their Chase Inc. card because it has no annual fee at all. So we know we can just keep this one active for our business, and we don't need to worry about churning the card or canceling it, whatever. We're just going to keep that one in our credit card portfolio there. Right now, their offer is a 5% cash back on select categories, and you can also get $750 cash back after spending $7,500 in the first 3 months. So that's a pretty tough one. There was a different deal when we signed up. It was much easier to meet, and it was a much lower reward, but we were able to get that sign-up bonus last year when we applied for that card. And, you know, the cash back really helps. We've noticed that we've just kind of amassed a bunch of points with it. So you can cash out, or you can still use it for other things. Like I said, Rachel got some Apple AirPods Pro. They were on sale through the Chase portal for 40% off. They're usually $250, and she just used the points that she got from signing up for that card and meeting what was a very low minimum spend. It's much lower than their deal now. So we had a pretty easy one there. Right now, their offer's kind of tough. I mean, spending $7,500 in 3 months, I know our business couldn't really do that. I don't know about you. If you can, check it out because they are giving you $750 cash back. All right, and I'm going to mention a good card for total noobs for travel hacking. If you don't really have a great credit score, a great or long credit history, don't worry, you can still get in this game, okay? There are certain cards like the Chase Freedom card, their Freedom Unlimited card. Right now they're giving you $200 cash back after spending just $500 in 3 months, and that has no annual fee. So Rachel actually jumped on this one recently. She kind of needed a new personal card after canceling one of her airline affiliated cards, so she got the Chase Freedom card. Now we know she can just keep that one. We don't have to keep track of it year to year because there is no annual fee. She easily spent $500 in the first 3 months, and she got $200 cash back to use as she sees fit in her Chase account. So if you are new to the game, I think that's definitely a good one to look into. All right, so I know I've been talking a lot about Chase cards. We have the Chase Sapphire card, we have the United card, and the Southwest card. Those are all through Chase. Yeah, generally we've had great luck with them, and we've had very positive experiences. But, you know, of course, there's lots of other options out there for credit cards here in the United States. Capital One has a great card that many people have recommended to us, and that actually might be our next choice. That's why I was looking it up. I wanted to tell you guys about it too. It is the Venture Rewards card from Capital One. So at the moment, I see you can get 75,000 miles when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. That annual fee is $95 for that card. So I don't know all the details about the Capital One Venture card. I do know that lots of people like this one. It's a popular card to have and to keep. It seems pretty similar to the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. It's the exact same annual fee. So I think it's probably a good card based on the reviews that I've gotten. We have not ever used that one, however, so I'm definitely looking into that one. Rachel is trying to get a new card that she can bring with us back to South America because, hey, guess what? We're going back to South America in January. We are actually flying from Asheville in the tiny regional airport here up to New York City and connecting for a 10-hour flight to Buenos Aires, Argentina. This flight would normally cost over $700 per person. I cashed in 22,000 American Airlines points each for that flight, which is an unbelievable deal. I still can't believe I got that flight. I'll believe it when I'm on the plane. But, you know, you can go really far with these points, you guys. That's something I really want to stress. It seems like, oh, whatever, you know, some airline points. What are those even good for? If you are flexible with when you can travel and where to, if you are pretty good with, you know, searching through the airlines websites, through Google, whatever, you can find some pretty amazing deals for those points. Those points are only valued at like 1 cent each. So, you know, according to the value of our points, we only had about $400 something worth of points, and yet we are taking a flight that would have cost us $1,400 and change out of pocket. So we are beyond thrilled about that. And of course, you know, we're looking for a new card to add to our arsenal to help us accrue more points for whatever it might be that we decide to do in South America this time around. And, you know, at the end of the trip when we want to get back up here for festival season and Phish tour and all that good stuff. We'll get a new card this fall. We'll meet that minimum spend, and that'll help us out throughout the rest of the year. So I want to do the same thing for you guys. I know everybody who reads our blogs and watches our YouTube videos, you're here because you enjoy travel and you want to travel more. And if you're American and you're using a credit card when you go put gas in your car, and when you go to the grocery store, when you go out to dinner, and when you pay your phone bill and all your other bills, if you're using a credit card for all that and you're not working towards rewards, you need to change that, okay? The banks are basically giving you stuff for free. So as long as you're responsible with your credit card, as long as you're paying it off every month and not making lavish purchases that you really don't need, they're giving you free money, okay? They're giving you points to get you on a flight. They're giving you free hotel stays. They're giving you airport lounge access. You might be able to get a new iPhone or AirPods like we did. I mean, there's so much good stuff you can do through travel hacking. So a big reason I'm making this video right now at this point in time is that it is fall. The holiday season is fast approaching. So with, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve on the horizon, I don't know about y'all, but we're planning on spending some money, okay? That's just how it goes at the end of the year. If you like going to Halloween concerts like we do, or if you're just getting your kids costumes and buying candy to hand out to the other kids in the neighborhood, you're spending money. Okay, if you need to travel to visit your family for Thanksgiving, whether you're booking a flight or filling up the gas tank, you need to spend money. If you're buying all the food for Thanksgiving dinner, or at least some of it, or maybe bringing a bottle of wine, you need to spend money. If you're into Black Friday and Cyber Monday and you're trying to get all your Christmas shopping done, you're going to spend some money. If you want to take a vacation at the end of the year, you're going to spend some money. If you're going to a New Year's Eve concert, you got to buy tickets, you need a hotel, so it's a big time of the year for spending money. Now, if you're going to spend a couple $1,000s the next few months on all the holiday fun, why not put it on a new card and then take those points that you earned to give yourself a vacation next year? Doesn't that sound good? That's exactly what we're trying to do, and that's why I think now is the best time of year for you to get into travel hacking if you aren't already, and even if you are, to start looking for new cards. Banks are always changing up the sign-up offers. Some are better than others. There's always a really good one out there as long as you poke around. There's tons of blogs you can read. I love talking about this stuff, so reach out, send us a direct message, send us any questions you might have. We would be happy to help you out in your journey. I wish I would have kept track of everything over the last 7 or 8 years that we've been doing this, but I don't think it's crazy to say that we've saved well over $10,000, on flights, hotels, all this stuff that we've been able to, get thanks to travel hacking. And really all it is a few clicks of a button, filling out your info, getting a credit card, and, keeping a spreadsheet if you're going to be churning cards and getting a different one every year or 2 a year, whatever. Definitely want to keep track of that. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but really most of the time it's just tapping your card, waiting for the sign-up bonus to roll in, and then using those points as you see fit to, get out there and see the world. Book that flight. Get that hotel. Get that rental car if you need to. Okay? I hope this video has been informative. I've had a lot of fun making it. I love talking about travel hacking. I really hope that this video helps you get into it and helps you start, earning a bunch of points and getting out there and seeing the world for far less money. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. Thank you for watching, y'all. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.